Okay. Well, I owe you money for this.
Hey guys, we're joined here this week. Happy March, springtime, right? And we're joined here with our friend Chris Owenby down in Dallas. How's everything in Dallas?
65 degrees, 0 wind, about to go play some golf.
Well, lucky you.
I know.
Lucky you. Earlier this week, if you're on our newsletter list that we sent out on Tuesday, we sent out an article from Chris entitled Golf Fitness Instructor, a new approach to improve your golf game. Now, Chris wrote that. Chris, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. Today's, most sports that you get into, basically you build a team around you. And the good thing about golf is people are becoming more, educated and aware that you can actually build a team around you. You have your mental, you have your mechanical, you have your club fitter, and now you have your physical. And, golf it's no different than any other sport. I mean, we must train, we must prepare for our sport. And that's why I think a lot more people that you see on the PGA Tour and definitely are getting more into fitness. So.
Yes, and one of the, I don't know what the word is, but one thing that separates a trainer like yourself, who has gone to San Diego and trained with Titleist, is that you are very focused on golf exercises, as opposed to going to some big gym where a trainer is just fitness oriented. Can you talk a little bit about the difference between being a golf certified trainer versus just being a fitness trainer?
Sure. Yeah, like you say, I'll be the first one to tell you there's no right way or wrong way to train. There is a more smarter, more effective way to train for your sport. And, a lot of people, whenever they think of a fitness routine, they go to the gym, they basically isolate that muscle for that muscle to be bigger, where, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're a linear mover, I would train differently than if I was a rotary mover. So understand in golf, we basically have to understand the kinetic chain and basically down the body. If it needs to be mobile, it should be mobile. If it needs to be stable, it needs to be stable. Because the golf swing is just stored and releasing of energy. Anywhere in the golf swing, if we lose energy, we lose power and distance. So my job from a physical side is to assess and determine where we're losing that energy. Is it from a stability or a mobility or a proprioception? But also from my world, I have a biomechanic background as well, so I understand movement. So a lot of guys, even though they say they can be, there's general fitness, and then there's some people who are golf-specific, but that golf-specific person, number one, the first question you ask him, what's his handicap? I mean, does he play golf? Does he understand movements? Because, if you're pulling something out of a book on page 22 and we're doing a wood chop, which was the general population is doing now, as you know, a wood chop in our world is basically going to create an improper movement pattern. So you have to be really careful on who you choose to not recreate any improper movement patterns in your golf swing.
Fair enough. Now, how long have you been training golfers?
7 years.
7 years. So from the time that you started 7 years ago, which was, we're on 13 now, 2006, correct, to today, March 1st, 2013, what have been the progressive changes that you have seen within golfers in and around gyms that you have worked at, in terms of their routine and their exercise?
Ask that question one more time.
Oh, yeah. So I said from the last 7 years. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. I just asked within the last 7 years.
Over the last 7 years,
Go for it.
So over the last 7 years, what I've realized is you have to, not only are you golf specific, but you also have to be demographic and genre specific as well, because you train women are more flexible, less strength, which is less power. Men is usually less flexibility, more strength, which is less power. And juniors, we're basically just trying to get them to develop power. So my demographics, who I train, a majority of my time on study and research is pretty much seasoned golfers, 50 to 75-year-old executives, type A personalities, financially play golf, physically start and break down, and I'm going to actually train them differently than my junior golfers. Even though I do have junior golfers, and we're just basically trying to create power development, the senior golfers, first, a lot of them have lower back pain, upper back pain. So first I have to get them out of pain, show them the cause of the effect of the pain, get them out of pain, and then we have to build a program, but also if they're having improper movement patterns in their golf swing that is the direct cause of the effect of the pain, we have to recorrect those patterns as well, because if they just keep hitting balls, even though they're getting stronger and more flexible, then they're going to wear and tear and later on get injuries. So what I've seen over the last 6 years and how this sport has progressed is, they're training a lot more muscles with movement. They're training a lot more functional training, and they're not basically what I call pin and push. A lot of people go to the gym, they sit on a piece of machinery, they take a pin out, they put a pin in, and they push it, and the machine is actually stabilizing your body. As you can see in my studio, I don't have any machines. It's pretty much all cables. I have a lot of bands, and I have a lot of dumbbells and things of that nature.
Well, great. I just kind of want to keep this pretty precise because I know people don't have a whole lot of time. So any final thoughts that you want to share with us, Chris?
Well, it's just like I said, it is the winter time. I mean, you should train for your sport, because if you wait to just start working out, right at the first of the season, unfortunately, you probably gained 10 or 15 pounds. You've been working a lot. You've been sitting at the desk a lot. We have a little lower cross center reciprocal inhibition. So I would, use this as your off season. I mean, what you do today is going to help you 3 months from now when you play a round of golf, if that makes sense. There's a lot of great, the TPI does a great job. You can go to, if you're not here in Dallas, you can go to mytpi.com, find a practitioner in your area. Paul Chek has some great practitioners. NG360 also does golf fitness. Y'all have a lot of great articles and exercises on fitness for golf. So I think my biggest thing would say, guys, start moving, start doing stuff at least 10 or 15 minutes a day to help core strength, stretch out your hamstrings, and rotate. Most people sit linear, they're sitting all day long, and then you're going to expect me to go out there and rotate in a golf swing. Rotate. So that would be my suggestions. Get up, lose the weight, get moving, lengthen the hamstrings, and rotate.
All right, great. Thanks, Chris. As he said, it doesn't take a whole lot of time in the day to just do something. If you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, give Chris a call or visit him at chrisowenbyfitness.com. If you just want to get started, check out fitnessforgolf.com, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks.
All right. Thanks a lot.